Alright, this is P2 of the series called Self-Experience. Now, when they tell you that experience is an actual thing, it is not. Okay, it's not actually called your experience. It's actually referred to as your expression. So technically, this is about the law of self-expression. That's what this entire series is breaking down. And I do not mean the word law, the acronym, because these are not words. These are symbolisms. Symbolisms have expressions just as you. It's there to activate your self expression, right? Your self awareness, as they might call it, which is just an awakening, an enlightenment to who you truly are. You just realizing who you are is a remembering, as they say. These is all rhetorical forms of figurative language that they use in the English phonics and stuff like that, because we know it's not a language, it's a combination of multiple, saying actual languages, saying in the multiverse. You could call it, but they allude you to believe that's called a diaspora. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. But anyways, back to your self-expression. Now, the law of self-expression implies that you have to express through your light. You know what I'm saying? You mirror yourself through your light, which is your mind, which is your mirror, which is your mental or mentum, which is referring to the mind. So ment mean mind, and then all or el is referring to the God within. It literally means that. So if God ain't within, why is there a word referring to God being within, where the mind resides? Where the mind resides within. It's not really within, it's around. It's surrounding you. It's everything that you are. You could call it your ori, That's a physical manifestation. That's a spiritual manifestation of your mind. And then so on, so on. Continue. So, self-expression is basically referred to as self-expression because the only thing you are becoming more enlightened to is who you are through your expression of yourself. That would be obvious, but it's just a breakdown. That's all it is. So it wouldn't be considered an experience because you technically aren't interacting with anything outside of yourself. Outside and external is not the same thing. It just appears to be. So your external is reflecting your internal, literally. It's just like that. It ain't that deep. So yeah, when you get to the point where you realize who is expressing what it is you're expressing, why you expressing, how you expressing all them things, that's when you start self-reflecting, which is where you get to the part where the mind is the mirror. So it starts reflecting who you truly are, and you begin to witness yourself through what appears to be a light, which is a figure of speech for your mind showing you who you are. The physical manifestation of mockery of this would be a mirror. So that's why back then that's why your electronic construct that you call a landline or something like that, it got a screen on it now. So it's showing you who you truly are. When you make a video, a skit, edit, that's the same thing. But that's an artificial construct. This is the actual imitation. This is where they get this is where we created the, you know what I'm saying, that analogy, that concept, that being. Because you are a being, you don't live, you be. You gotta be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you are a being because you don't truly, as a soul, experience death or life. Literally, you don't feel that shit. You just move on. You just go on over to this. It's a gateway. It's a door. That's why they say that don't let the door hit you. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. So this is what it is. The door never hits you though. Coming in and going. You know what I'm saying? Externally and going internally. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to believe you disconnected from yourself. They want you to believe that you are interacting with everything outside of yourself. But you literally can't do that because your soul is not a physical being. It only manifests, expresses itself through this simulation, which is your avatar articulating itself, or just in other words, simulating that an expression. So ain't no such thing as emotions, when you refer to passions, when you refer to reactions, all these things are just forms of expression that are there to remind you, if you are willing, is there to mirror who you truly are. That way, when you realize, oh, this is just a part of my soul, I'm just experiencing it. I'm just expressing myself. You realize that you can't literally have an emotion that's detached from you, in the sense of that it is not a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? Or when they say you aggressive, you angry, you sad. You know what I'm saying? When they say you walking, all of these are expressions. It's just you doing, you enacting, simulating your own will, your own self. So you check back at a previous repost of the Divine Insight made, Rashad Jamal, if you know who he is. If you know the guy, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check out that video where you first see your shadow work and your dragon. I did reflect on that on the first part one. Your shadow work is really just your trauma showing, and when you uncover through that, through self-expression, you begin to see who you truly are behind all of those shadows, which is aspects of yourself that you didn't know that were already within you. Now, when I say emotions don't exist, because they will tell you emotions are spirits. They don't tell you the spirits are your ancestors, because the spirits that exist within you are your ancestors, because there are different forms of your ancestors expressing themselves. You think of them as a lower vibrational sadness, madness, anger. That's how you perceive it when you're at a lower level awareness, meaning that when you don't know who you really are. But when you reflect back to yourself, your mind, through self-reflection, that's when you start to realize that all of those emotions are just your ancestors expressing themselves through you. And they need, and your feelings are just your mind reflecting to you who you truly are. And it needs you to willingly interpret or to reflect on those feelings, so then you begin to realize, and then they say, know who you are, know thyself. You get what I'm saying? So that's really how it works. The law of self-expression is to reflect back to you who you truly are, no matter what. That's what an experience technically is, because you can't express yourself through anybody else. You can only be reminded of your truest expression, your most authentic, what they want to call authentic expression, which is the highest vibration. No, it's not. The highest vibration is your soul, your truth. You are the truth. So when you experience yourself through your feelings, which are you seeing who you are from within, meaning within your mind, not within your avatar, not within what you think is your body, it's your mind. That's when you begin to realize, meaning to enlighten yourself to who you are through reflection. They say it's realizing, because realizing is enlightenment and reflection together. You heard me? That's the negative and the positive, and the positive. And that shadow manifests as your ego, which manifests as all of your. It basically is like, it's not necessarily false, but it's a form of your truest self that you haven't yet come to yet. See what I'm saying? So you call it your ego right now, but when you realize that's just you, that dragon is you, you know what I'm saying? That gangster you, that thug you be like, oh, I'll call you a thug, a gangster, a puta madre, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying? But that's really just me. So you the soul? Wait, if you the soul and I'm the soul, that mean that you a part of me? No, nigga, I am you. So that's called your reflection. The version of you the physical manifestation of that is like when you look through a mirror and you can see the reflection of your avatar. It's like that's your shadow looking right back at you. You seen the and when you see yeah, in the cinema, what is it called? Suicide Squad 2. You know what I'm saying? They did the same thing with a little hand, and then the darker aspect of yourself. It's the same thing. The dark and the light aspect of yourself coming together, and that creates a shadow. Because you need light and darkness to create a shadow, yeah? So it's that. So, and lastly, the physical manifestation. Oh, okay. I'm going to leave this for Pt2. You heard me? Yeah. light.